and small talk. Isn't that a contradiction? Time is money versus conversation skills. Now, which is more important? Trick question. They both are. Elaborate small talk shows that you can handle conversations successfully, that you are able to react properly and fit in, and that you know when it's time to get back to business. Therefore, it's important to know that there are some key differences between business small talk in the US and in the UK. Number 1, casual or formal? Before you exchange even one word, appearance matters. But what matters most is that you appear to fit in. The Americans like to dress down, while the Brits prefer a finely tailored suit, right? Well, it depends on the business and the industry. Casual Friday may mean sneakers and a t-shirt in one company, but shirt, blazer, no tie in another. In both the US or the UK. The only way to know is by doing your homework so that you fit in and feel comfortable talking to the people at the office. Number 2, killing time or crucially important? Americans like small talk just as much as the British, but we know why we're at work. To do business and make that money. Americans will make small talk, but when they're at work, they know the clock is ticking. So let's talk turkey, which means we need to talk about business. So while the British tend to go round and may find it offensive if you're too direct or too fast, straight, to the point, Americans will most often appreciate it if you don't spend too much time at the office trying to keep up a conversation about the weather or a traffic jam. Number 3, high fives and handshakes. Handshakes are strong in the US, and we use them to demonstrate how confident and powerful we are. Throw in a few high fives to celebrate our success, and we're good to go. So Americans tend to make more physical contact with one another during business conversations than the British. In Britain, sometimes there's not even the exchange of a handshake. You might find them a bit confusing sometimes when being introduced. Just watch what your business partner is doing rather than just grabbing his or her hand and giving it a firm shake. When they do shake hands, though, the British do like a firm handshake too, but tend to keep it shorter and a little less aggressive. Number 4, compliments and the fine line between friendliness and intrusion. Sexual harassment is a cultural minefield in the US. While the British might still get away with a colorful joke during small talk, the Americans probably won't. And it's changing in the UK now too. So it's best to be careful and just avoid any jokes about sex or even direct compliments about someone's looks. And absolutely hands off if you're not 100% sure. Number 5, modesty and honesty. Oh, don't ask me anything about the company. I know nothing about this kind of work. Now, that's something an American would never say during small talk or any other time. But a Brit could say it. They love this self-deprecation. But be careful. The people saying this are usually only those that are confident that everyone really knows they are actually experts in their field so they can get away with it. And just a heads up, it can come across as a little smug as well. Number 6, joking or not. We're going to be fired for taking such a long break. In America, this statement could be taken seriously. In the UK, however, it wouldn't be taken so seriously. Of course, it all depends on the intonation. We're going to be fired for taking such a long break. That obviously was not a joke. In the US, hiring and firing can happen pretty quickly, so it's rarely a joking matter. In the UK, joking during business conversation is completely normal, if not mandatory. In general, taking yourself, your work, or your achievements too seriously makes you yourself a joking matter in the UK. Number 7, direct or detour? What if you are unhappy with a situation at work or bored with a conversation? Most of the time, Americans will straight up tell you if they don't like something. Of course, it always varies from person to person, but for example, if Americans don't agree with something their colleague said, there's a good chance they'll just come right out and say, I don't really agree with that. Whereas the British tend to do it a little less directly, so that you might actually get the impression that they like something when they don't. Perhaps they'll say, I almost agree with you there, which means they actually don't agree with you. Or another example is that in the UK, oh, interesting, might mean that it's actually not interesting and that you'd better change the topic or start saying your goodbyes. Number 8, important or not important? Incidentally, if you're talking to a British person, that should be a clear sign for you to really pay attention. When the British use this word, they are about to introduce a topic that's close to their heart and really important. Incidentally, we've completely run out of tea. Or, incidentally, an asteroid is expected to hit Earth this afternoon and wipe out all living species on the planet. It's another way of saying, by the way, and when the Americans use it, we generally don't feel too strongly about the topic that's about to come after it. Incidentally, there's a sale on eggs today. Buy 11, get 1 free. Number 9, work and drink. You will not find an office in the UK without a kettle. It's a stereotype, and it's true. The British drink lots and lots and lots of tea during their workday. It's also a popular place to mingle with the colleagues, but never bring up serious business issues in the company's tea kitchen. That's considered really poor manners. And at the end of the day, you might be asked, we're popping down the local, coming? Need help decoding this invitation? Because I sure do. The local is the pub, a great British institution. It's much more than just a bar. The British go to pubs after work to relax, talk, and unwind over a pint. It's the perfect place to socialize with your colleagues after work. The British are proud of their pub culture, and they certainly have reason to be. Sure, Americans have bars, but it's often too noisy to talk in them, and you can't get in unless you're over 21. But that's not to say that American coworkers don't socialize together, because they do. But they're more likely to do it over a team lunch, a picnic or a barbecue, or perhaps a fun run where money collected goes to help a charity. So in the business world nowadays, everyone seems to need everything ASAP. But in both the UK and the US, being friendly with your colleagues has become a vital part of business as usual. And while the British might relax over a cup of tea in the tea kitchen, and Americans over some delicious drip coffee in the break room, in both cultures, whether talking turkey or making small talk, it's important to be polite and show respect. And that should really go without saying. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, auf Wiedersehen! Curious to know more? If you want to know all about business conversation tactics, check out Cate's visit to a social media company in London. Find everything super short and sweet on the Spickzettel and try some exercises on alphaLernen.